Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Argus 4 camera with solar panel. Now this camera is absolutely stacked with features, so let's go ahead and dive straight in and take a look at what's inside the box. So out of the box you get the camera, you get the mount for the camera which comes in 4 different components. You get a bracket mounting plate and strap which allows you to attach the camera to say a tree or a pole. You get a USB-C charging cable. Then you have the solar panel itself, followed by the solar panel mount. You then have the hardware to attach the solar panel again to a pole or a tree along with a seal, some screws and plugs to mount your solar panel and camera, and then finally some stickers, a couple of wall templates for your fixings, and an instruction manual. So that is everything you will get in your kit. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the camera now. The camera consists of two 2K lenses on the front there, and when you stitch the image together you end up with a 180 degree field of view 4K image on the horizontal and 50 degrees on the vertical. It also has the ColorX night vision, which is a great feature, along with a 5000 mAh internal battery. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the spec of the camera. So we have the daylight sensor, then we have the spotlight, followed by 2 more spotlights on the side. Then you have the mic. At the bottom there is a PIR sensor. Let's spin the camera around now. Then on the back left we've got the speaker, and on the right the USB-C port. And if we take a look at the bottom of the camera, we've got the micro SD card on the left there, and you've got the power switch on the right. Now there are a couple of ways you can save your video footage. One is to use a micro SD card. Another option is to use the Reolink subscription. The third option is to use the Home Hub. Now the big drawback to using a micro SD card is if somebody damages your camera or steals it, you lose all your video footage. So for that reason, the other 2 options are a safer bet in my opinion. So let's go ahead and set the camera up now. Pop in the micro SD card and then turn it on. You'll hear an audible tone. So once you have the Reolink app installed, just click on it. And then at the top right, you've got a little plus button. Click on that and you just scan your QR code. Then click Configure Wi-Fi at the top. Press the power button 3 times to connect to the Wi-Fi. Then type in your password and click Next. Then set up a device password and proceed. Then name the camera and it should be added to the app. Now there is a range of different ways of installing these cameras, so let's take a look at those options now. So the first option is mounting the camera using the strap, and this is giving me quite a secure fix into the pole using this strap. Here is another mounting option for you. So I've got this gutter mount secured to the gutter using these 2 screws here, and then I've got the solar panel on the top and the camera mounted at the bottom, and you can just use these little levers here to adjust the elevation and angle of the solar panel and the camera. If you wish to get one of these mounts, I'll leave a link in the description. And another option is securing the mount to the wall, so just unscrew the mount, fix your template into position and drill 2 6mm holes. Then pop in the wall plugs and give them a tap in. Then put your mount into position and tighten them down with screws. Then screw on the rest of the mount. Then you can screw your camera onto the mount, and that is another method for installing your camera. So here's the setup that I've decided to go for. I've got 2 solar panels connected to this one camera and I've wired it in parallel. I've mounted it all to a plywood board and give it a lick of paint. So if I just take the lid off the junction box, you can see that I've got a couple of Wagos and that splices all the connections together. And then I've got a USB-C cable coming out of the gland at the bottom and straight into the back of the camera. So here's what the camera looks like after it's been installed to the wall. Let's take a look at some of the settings on the camera now. So let's go into the Reolink app. Okay, so here's your options bar at the bottom here. So you can pause it, you can listen in, you can take a snapshot, you can record the live view. This option here allows you to change your settings from fluent to a clear image, just improves the image, and then you can enlarge it as well. So at the top tab here we've got a siren that you can manually trigger if you wish. Then to the right of that we've got a spotlight, which will turn the lights on. And you can see there's a blue hue there, just to indicate that the spotlight is on. We've got a cog, which is for settings, which I'll touch on in a moment. And then to the right of that, there's 3 dots, and that's immersive mode, which just enlarges the image. So at the bottom left here, we have a mic symbol, which allows you to two-way talk through the camera. And then on the bottom right here is a playback symbol, and there's a timeline at the bottom, and this has all your recorded events. Okay, so let's go into our settings now, which is a little cog symbol. So at the top here, it shows us the memory card space. Then below that, we've got the battery, which is at 97%. Then we have our Wi-Fi. If we go below that, we have the display. And if we click on stream, it will show us the fluent resolution and the frame rate, and then the better resolution and frame rate of the clear. We back out of that. You can adjust the brightness of the display. Then you can tweak the audio settings. And then below that, we have the spotlight. So you can adjust the brightness of the spotlight right there. Next we have PIR motion sensor, and this just allows you to adjust the sensitivity. So the more sensitive it is, the further out it will detect motion. But if you have it too sensitive, it might start giving you false alarms. So just watch out for that. Next we have detection alarm. So if I just click on that, this allows you to set up zones. So if I don't want to receive alerts for a vehicle down this alley, for example, I can just scribble this area out, click save, and then I won't get any alerts for vehicles now going down the alley. Then if we have a look at sensitivity, you can adjust the categories. So I've got person set to 100, vehicle set to 60, and animal set to 60. Save that, come out of there. We then have camera recording, and this just allows you to set up a schedule for when you want the camera to record, and you can dial in your detection type options here, person, vehicle, or animal. And if we come down, you can also adjust how long the camera records after it detects motion. So if we just scroll down, you then have the notification settings, and if you come down here, we then have the time-lapse option. And this is a good feature. This just allows you to capture hours of footage and condense it into, say, a 30-second video. It's really good for things like landscapes, and it gives you a cool little video. That's it for video settings. Let's take a look at the quality of the video camera footage now. So here we have some nighttime footage, and you can see just how cool that 180-degree field of view is. You can see the whole garden, including the side alley. And if you take a pause in a moment, you can actually kind of read the number plate, so it just shows how good the image is. And then if we take a look at the daylight image, I think you can see just how crystal clear that image is, and it's super sharp in 4K. And this, in my opinion, is one of the best value for money cameras for capturing that wide field of view. And it is worth checking out the Reolink lineup of cameras, as they have a great range. So that was a quick snapshot and overview of the Argus 4 Pro. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. If you like the videos, please consider subscribing and liking, and have a great day, guys.